I really enjoyed making that video a few weeks ago where I talked about how I'll be packing for an upcoming trip of mine, and a lot of people seem to like it as well. So I kind of wanted to make a sequel video to that talking about some of my essentials for travel. And by reading the comments on the last video, it's really cool to see that everyone sort of has their own setup when it comes to packing for a trip. So by making this video about things I consider essential, I'm hoping that it might prove useful for some of you. I already showed what I'm going to be bringing for my trip in May. So what I talk about in this video is what I generally consider essential rather than as if I'm planning for one specific trip. These are my travel essentials as a minimalist. But first, if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Here we talk about minimalism, frugal living, tech, and things of that nature. So if that sounds good to you and you end up liking the video, be sure to like and please teach the subscribe button how to Dougie. Let's get started. The ideal travel essentials for me consist of things that are multi-purpose, lighten the load, and of course, contribute to my safety in some way. And the first thing on this list is something that sort of contributes to my safety and could save me a lot of time and potential headache, and that is my AirTag. I mentioned in that last video that I wouldn't be taking my keys with me, so I could just take my AirTag off my keychain and drop it into my backpack. However, over the holidays, I actually received an AirTag as a gift, so this kind of worked out perfect. I'd consider this a travel essential for me because while I wouldn't directly be using it, unless it's an absolute emergency like I lost my stuff, at the very least, it brings me some peace of mind and I don't even notice it's there. In the event my backpack got lost or stolen, or if I just leave it in the car to find it since I'll be in a very unfamiliar place, I can really find many handy uses for this thing, all while it only takes up the space and weight of about a quarter. And for a trip where I would be checking bags, it'd make it a lot easier to actually track where this bag is while I'm waiting for it. So I'll be dropping it in one of the hidden pockets where it won't be noticed. A VPN. Now, the second essential for me also has a little bit to do with safety and security, and that's a VPN. More specifically, the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. I use public Wi-Fi a lot, and I'll be using it at the airports I go to, where there's literally hundreds of people using this unsecured network. Using these networks without a VPN could give someone access to my passwords or leak important documents like my haircut tutorial video. I work from my laptop a lot and often remotely from public Wi-Fi. And while it would be really bad for someone to steal my bank information, it would be even worse if my secret bread recipe was leaked. And I'm sure you've already heard about how a VPN can unlock the true potential of streaming services by changing your location, and I can 100% vouch for this. It's really cool. And it's how I'll be spending a majority of my flight time. Right now, you could save 83% and get a free extra 3 months on a Surfshark subscription by clicking the link in the description box or by using my code TOTN, things of that nature, at checkout. I'll have a link in the description box to make it a little bit easier, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so give it a try. Packing cube. Now, while I actually didn't talk about a packing cube in my previous video, it is absolutely a travel essential for me. I have a problem. I actually just love packing cubes so much that my pants and shorts stay in one in my closet regardless of if I'm traveling or not. Maybe I'm weird for this, but I don't care. It just looks very organized. Having my clothes rolled up tightly and compressed inside this packing cube keeps them fairly organized and makes my pack a little bit easier to navigate and actually even creates a little bit more room. TSA PreCheck. Now, this seems a little bit weird to mention because it's not a tangible thing, but I felt like it was worth talking about. I only recently signed up for TSA PreCheck and I wish I had done it sooner. My least favorite part about traveling is just the entire airport experience in general. And having TSA PreCheck just makes it a little bit less miserable. I could skip all those long, annoying lines and all those little things that are just annoying and uncomfortable to do, like take my laptop out of my bag if I have one, take my belt and shoes off as well. Instead of doing that, I could just move right on through. Even though it might not seem like that big of a deal, I've always hated going through TSA, and now that I've signed up, I won't have to for at least the next 5 years. AirPods. Having my AirPods with me is a pretty much a must for any occasion, and it just happens to be a little bit more true when traveling. They're obviously extremely small to carry and hardly noticeable, but they're gonna cure my boredom during downtime where I'll be listening to music or videos, as well as cancel out any sound I don't wanna hear, most likely on the flights. I'm not really sure I need to convince anyone the importance of having a good set of headphones. Passport book. I have this little passport travel wallet that stays with all my important documents when I'm not traveling, but it's obviously coming with me on every trip I go on. I really like the style of it, and over time I'm hoping the leather patinas and just build some character. It holds my passport, obviously, as well as some other documents I'll need to bring with me. On the inside, it has these little pockets where I'm gonna empty my wallet into to keep my ID, credit cards, and debit card in here, just like my regular wallet, as well as some cash. And like I said in the last video, this thing will not be leaving my person under any circumstance. Not having my passport in some sort of wallet or book seems kind of silly to me because it is paper and I wouldn't want to rip or damage it. Anyways, this one's from Amazon and I'll leave the link for this down below as well. That pretty much wraps up all my current travel essentials. While the list of things I bring might change depending on where I'm going or what I'm doing, these are the core things that come with me 99% of the time. And this is like the 1% time the packing cube isn't coming with me. I hope you got some inspiration about some things you can add or even cut back from your travel bag. And as always, I appreciate the time you spent here watching. If you did like this video and you like this type of content, be sure to like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.